welcome to USTC360. I'm your host, Dilbar Shatterson, and as you can see, I'm in front of America's most famous home, the White House. And in today's episode, we'll be trekking across the entire region from Virginia, across DC, and later Maryland to show you some of the hustle and bustle that happens thanks to TSIGI's Washington, D.C. regional office. Named the District of Columbia in honor of Christopher Columbus, this region has seen an influx of people from all over the world who admire the many sights that the capital has to offer. So it's no wonder that immigrants from Taiwan took the opportunity to make a presence here. And actually, the TSIGI headquarters is situated not far from its namesake city and has active programs that serve the capital and beyond. But first, let's meet one of the people who have encouraged this activity across these states and how she got started. In 1966, Dharma Master Zheng Yan rallied a group of 30 housewives in Hualien. They collected small change in bamboo banks every day to contribute to charitable deeds. Years later, one of those housewives, Zheng Li Shixian, relocated to the United States and would be the inspiration for a new wave of volunteers near Washington, D.C., and would leave her legacy here. I now have the pleasure of being joined by Clara Cheng, who is the former executive director of the Washington, D.C. region. So thank you very much for joining us and welcome.
Thank you, thank you.
How did volunteers in the D.C. region first start coming together?
My mother-in-law was the first commissioner in this area. She came to the United States in 1989 to help me with my newborn. During her spare time, she goes to the Washington, D.C. Buddhist Association and many senior centers. She always tells people about TSIGI. Many people were impressed by the TSIGI volunteers and what we do. And that's how TSIGI gets started here. As I get more and more involved of the organization, I start to realize that the Master really needs everybody to realize her dream of purifying human mind, making harmony of the society, and making a disaster-free world.
And I feel like a lot of volunteers shared the same ideas with you because in 1994, you established an official office here in the region.
Yes, we were very lucky to have another commissioner letting us use her house in Potomac. But then as time goes, more and more people are joining us. So we started to rent a school during weekends. That was 1999. And then after a while, we realized only holding activity on weekends are not enough. So we started renting an office in Rockville, in Maryland. That was 2002. From 2002 to 2007, the Master really wants us to have a permanent location. The Master told us it's better to look for a church because for the zoning consideration. But at that time, not that many churches available in Maryland. And in 2007, we found this one. When we were looking for other places, not as many volunteers showed up. And that day, I don't know why, so many volunteers showed up and they were so happy about this. So at that moment, I said to myself, this got to be the place. In the beginning, inside of the building doesn't really look very TSIGI. So we started our renovation. That took about 3 months. In October 2008, it was our grand opening to the public. Many local government officials came and gave us their blessing. Now, this is the sanctuary. We use it as the Buddha hall. So most of the assembly held here. And then let's go look at the bookstore. This is all designed by our volunteer. Yeah, because in this area, it used to be partitioned into small rooms by the church, but we knocked down all the walls.
And I see there's a lot of open space.
Right. And we also have these shelves.
Right.
This is also designed by our volunteers because it used to be open spaces between the sanctuary and this area. But because of the bookstore that we have, we decided to have these
Create a
shelves
glass display.
so that we can display.
Yeah. So this office being in Virginia, what kind of challenge did that present to a lot of the volunteers?
In the beginning, it was quite a challenge because for volunteers to travel 45 minutes, an hour, or even more to come here, some of our volunteers could not come. That also urged us to start recruiting volunteers in Northern Virginia so that we can grow the volunteers and members in this area.
And how can you encourage those that live further away?
We actually have activities in local communities. So for volunteers, even though you cannot come to Reston, you can still provide your service. Last October, we opened our service center in Rockville, and that has made a lot of volunteers and members coming back to us. So all these words are carved by our volunteers.
Oh, really?
Right.
By hand?
By hand. These are from the Sutra of Infinite Meaning. These phrases are the master's favorite in that sutra. In order to practice Buddhism, you need to keep your mind in a tranquil status, and you make vows to benefit peoples.
How satisfied are you with the purchase that you made here?
I really like this building. As you can see, the environment is so pleasant. This area is actually very friendly to diversity. It's been 6 years and we've grown a lot in this area, and I hope we can continue this growth forever and ever.
Well, good luck in achieving that growth here in the DC region.
Thank you.
Soon we'll be headed to Washington, D.C., where Tsuji volunteers provide a weekly breakfast service for the homeless. Why? In the national anthem written in 1814, Francis Scott Key describes the United States of America as the land of the free and the home of the brave. It paints an idealistic view that every American aspires to embody. But in the nation's capital, the home of the U.S. Congress, the Supreme Court, and of course the President's house, there is a part of the city that is not so ideal. In fact, according to the Berkeley Center for Religion, Peace, and World Affairs, 1 in 5 residents of Washington, D.C. live at or below the poverty line, making it one of the highest in the nation. So to help feed some of D.C.'s neediest, let's go visit some local businesses and meet the volunteers who have been pitching in since 2004.
Hi, Gilbert. Hi.
Nice to meet you,
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, Stephanie.
Nice to meet you. Yeah. Hi, Sophie. Hi, how are you? 好，我们来数一下吧。We are counting bread because we need to fill out the log sheet. Okay, 50 right now. 50 for this one.
We prepare, the European Asian style pastry every day. For the beginning, we have quite a bit, the customer, from when we just opened in Rockville. We have quite a bit, the customer, they're from Tzu Chi, and they introduced, this program, to us. So we were pretty interested. It is always, a nice thing, to help the homeless people, We have been doing this, including, the cash donation every month, for the past 4 years.
I think in the year 2004, okay, one sister come to the DC, so the homeless people, she thinks she want to help. In the meantime, we know a lot of bakery, they have a lot of leftover, they dump to the trash can, okay? So we are thinking we can coordinate, don't wasting food, and we also can serve people. Right now, our system, we have formed about 16. Okay, each team have their core member about 5 people. So we already fill the schedule whole year.
Now let's go inside bakery number 2. Hey, so are you ready for pastries?
Yes.
Okay. So you bring these from home?
Yeah, I bring these from home. My mom has been taking us all over to do charity work, so it's kind of like a habit since we've been doing it since we were kids.
And you sacrifice every Friday night for
I
this.
wouldn't say sacrifice. It's actually entertaining. When you actually do attend the homeless and pass out, they actually do say thank you and say how grateful they are. So it really makes a smile on your face and also makes a smile on your face too.
He tells us to leave this section, and then we're allowed to take everything else. So we take the name tags off, and then we just take everything else and we put them in these bags right here.
Here we have a white baguette, a whole wheat baguette, and also this specialty, Turkish pita. So here at Jenan's Bakery, every week you give baked goods to volunteers that come. So tell me about those.
It's a group of young people. They came. They always pick up like most of the pastry. Yeah, they come every single Friday. I feel so happy because I'm helping people, especially like the leftover. If you throw it away, that's wasting money. Why you don't help the people who need it?
We have a schedule. We post it up on the board, and we know when they're coming in, and it's all ready to, as soon as they come in, to pick up and go. We do all kinds of donations on Saturday mornings. So we have like 8 boxes of Joe going out this morning for $6.45. We can do something for somebody else that is not as fortunate as everybody else. It makes you feel good.
As one of the team leaders, what are the main responsibilities that you have to take care of and coordinate throughout the entire week to make sure that the breakfast service happens?
We are so lucky, okay? We have 4 stores can donate the real food. The team leader also need to coordinate which people should be come and also arrange pick-up time or meeting time. We usually, okay, always go to 2 stops, okay? So we're serving 7 to 7:45, then we go to the second stop and 8 to 9 o'clock, so end of 9 o'clock. So we need to coordinate all the stuff.
So right now the service has just started. Soon it'll all be taken up and we'll move on to the next place. But for now, we're here. Good morning.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Good morning. Fine, thanks. How are you?
Hi, good morning, sir. How do you need? Enjoy.
In 1960s, when Dr. Martin Luther King was shot and there was a national rally and many U.S. cities has been burned down, and then lots of property owners moved outside of Washington, D.C., and then, of course, lots of homeless people moving to the property. Unfortunately, 2007, when the recession started, the D.C. property line, you can see the rate gets worse. In 2012, 2013, you can see the economy bounce a little back. We haven't seen the changes that fast yet.
Yeah. This one?
Yeah. Thank you, ma'am.
You're very welcome.
They are homeless people, but they also have their personal pride. They still need a friendship. So when you extend your helping to this type of people, you never know, some good one can motivate. The motivation can change a person's life.
And for you, sir, tea? Well, right now I am serving some tea. Here you are, sir.
Thank you.
Enjoy. And you have to wake up 5 a.m. and the volunteers need to be at the first location around 6:45. So that's quite early. Why specifically feed the homeless?
I think wake up earlier very rewarding. I like bring the smile to people. I want to make a difference. Let people feel they've been cared, they've been loved. How can the people is hungry? They can do anything. So after they fed, then probably have energy to plan for their future. They always say thank you. I feel I've been so appreciated. I'm so happy to can be join the program.
Sure. You're very welcome. You're very welcome.
And help my small contribution is not enough, but I see that people are happy, and I feel like, I like to do more.
I'm just happy what I'm doing and happy to be here. I feel I need to save somebody's life and bring somebody's smile for the day.
After this event, I think I'm happy whole day.
These people here to volunteer and help us out, they're a great asset to being in a situation like this.
Well, we want to thank you for your efforts. We also want to just let you know that we are truly appreciative of the work that you have done over time.
I got up extra early knowing that it was going to be there. That in itself made me feel warm. To step outside knowing there's either oatmeal or coffee. Everybody hasn't given up. That's what it tends to make you open your eyes and see. Not everybody's giving up on you. God does love you.
My sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away.
Thanks to the both of you for bringing so much talent to our program.
Thank you.
So, Leo, I wanted to ask you about your participation in the nursing home programs, because I know that you are the coordinator of the visits.
We go to 4 nursing homes. We go twice a month, 2 on one Saturday and 2 on another Saturday. I was talking to somebody that I knew there at work, and she mentioned that her husband was going to nursing homes on the weekend and playing piano and singing. And I said, well, I'd be interested in that. And give me the contact information, I'll get in touch with him. So I did.
Hey, sweet baby, don't you think maybe?
And your wife is also one of the people who also performs sometimes. So, Ray, can you tell me about how you got started in the program as well?
Because I was a single mom, and Saturday my kids went to grandma's house. So I thought I would just go to the nursing home and sing because I love singing.
When I look down from heaven sings my soul, my Savior God.
Yeah, that's where we met, when she volunteered to come to one of the nursing home visits. And at first I was a little shy about asking her out, but Tim, the guy in charge, encouraged me to get in touch with her, and so I did. And it kind of bloomed from there. We just celebrated our 10th anniversary just last week.
Can you confirm his story?
I had fear because the first marriage didn't work out. I guess I was really touched by how his beautiful music and make people happy, and he's willing to do that. I think it's wonderful.
Lovers always like to hum this sweet refrain. Even I...
We're now here at Shady Grove Nursing and Rehabilitation Center, where once a month, Tzuji volunteers come and share their musical talents with the residents here. But this is only one of many nursing homes that they visit. It was the Master Zhengyan herself who said, filial piety is the gate to all other good deeds. And so, by playing for a mature audience, you'll soon see exactly what kind of good deeds have been performed here and elsewhere across the DC region for a long time.
For the nursing home visits, originally is to take care or visit senior people. In 2004, we become a regional office, and at that time, we have 9 senior homes visit. When our volunteers go there, they will kind of like sing and then interactive with the seniors. If they can move, then we maybe dance with them. Even we don't speak their language or they don't understand our language, but with music, you can kind of like harmony with them.
I really love music, and it has an effect to make me feel better. And when I share it with others, then they benefit from that, and that makes me feel good. Well, I've always had a fondness for older people. The elderly are not people who have outlived their usefulness. They are our national treasures. They are parents and grandparents, and one day they will be us.
With Leo, he knows the culture, and he is from local, so he can bring Tzuji people, because most Tzuji volunteers are from non-native American, right? So with Leo's lead, we can get in more and then learn more and then can get along with the seniors better.
Right, the teachings of Master Zheng Yan, they emphasize filial piety. And how do you feel that participating in this endeavor, in these concerts, fulfill that goal?
I believe in filial piety is not just serving or love and respect your own parents and grandparents. You should extend the love to other elders. That's a universal love.
With the time goes on, and then we know the senior is getting more and more, I expect we will grow. And especially right now, we kind of like work with the Chinese schools. We can bring those little ones into our program. Here, it's more like parents and kids. Okay, there's no senior in the family. So if we show them from the young how to respect the senior, how to interact with the senior, so they will grow more passions to other people, especially to the people that need help.
What is it that your performing group needs for the future?
More volunteers.
Yeah.
Oh, and also, speaking of more volunteers, you have a couple of kind of stellar participants in your program. They are a little bit elderly themselves. So you have Dottie and Bill. So what can you tell me about Dottie?
When Tim left for China, we needed a new piano player right away. And one of the people I was singing with mentioned that she had a friend named Dottie who might be interested. And she's been a great asset. She plays piano, she plays ukulele and sings. She's a triple threat, and we just love her.
I'm doing it for me because I like to sing. It's probably as much for me as for other people. I really like to do this. I feel it's the one thing that I can do, you know, that maybe helps people or makes them feel better or something, so it's important to me.
And how about Bill?
One time when I was singing at a nursing home, he was in the audience. His grandson, Matt, was performing with us. And after we got through, he approached me and asked if I'd be interested in singing with a barbershop chorus that he was a member of. Shortly after that, I asked if he wouldn't like to sing with us, and he's been singing with us for the last year or so himself.
It's a very enjoyable thing to do, to sing to people. You make them happy, you make them forget their problems, and we all enjoy having fun. That's why we sing.
This is sort of like the elderly serving the elderly. It's a great thing. And they're like role models for me. I think when I get to be their age, I want to still be doing this.
Well, I hope you can still be doing this. And thanks for joining us.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Before we go, I want to leave you with this aphorism from Master Zheng Yan. Blessings come from being sincere and pious in each and every moment. Peace comes from being compassionate and kind-hearted in daily life. And from the volunteers we met here across the DC region, I've seen nothing but sincerity and plenty of compassion. And I hope you have too. I want to thank all the hardworking people who joined us on our program today in Virginia, Maryland, and Washington, D.C. From the Capitol, I'm Dilbar Shatterson, and I'll see you soon.